Okay, so who here knows about this? This is an absolute disgrace. Moderna hubs to be rolled out in Victorian schools. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Craig Kelly, the honourable member of the House of Representatives, pointed out in Parliament the other day that Moderna for young people, for children, is not approved by the FDA over in the United States. We also know that the Moderna injection for young people has been suspended across various nations, some nations in Europe, in relation to the risk of side effects, including but not limited to myocarditis. So the question remains, why is this particular product now being rolled out in Victorian schools? We know without any doubt that within the education system in Australia, teachers have been promoting the products of the pharmaceutical corporations to children for a long time now. We know that COVID is a regular discussion in the classroom. We hear topics such as COVID champion, that's right. And we'll have more to say about that very soon. So given this information, how is it that the TGA said, let's give this injection a provisional approval, and why is the government allowing Moderna hubs to be rolled out in schools? Here's how I see it, right? You've got pro-vaccine teachers, okay, that have been really pushing these products for a long time now, talking about all the benefits and how it's so safe and effective and how you can save your grandparents, etc. Okay, so let's just call it what it is. It's brainwashing, plain and simple. It's indoctrination, it's brainwashing. Okay, we see the removal of parental consent here in Victoria under the excuse of mature minor, the mature minor designation. Essentially, the government coming out and saying that, hey, you parents, you think you have rights over your child? You don't. We do. We are the ones. We, the government, will decide whether or not your child is mature enough to make a decision whether or not they want to participate in what the Federal Health Minister referred to as the world's largest clinical trial. Those were the words of Greg Hunt. It is without a doubt that this particular drug can be described as experimental in nature. And it is also without a doubt that given the constant propaganda, informed consent has completely been thrown out the window. It's disgraceful enough when we're talking about adults. But children, this is a new low. And my firm suggestion to parents all around Australia and around the world is keep the government the hell away from your children. I make no reservations about saying that. Now, what do we have here? I'm going to show you some documents published in the British Medical Journal. Okay, so this isn't just some website that fell out of the sky. This is the BMJ. Look at this. COVID-19. Sweden, Norway, and Finland suspend use of Moderna vaccine in young people as a precaution. Okay, goes on to say, at a press conference on the 6th of October, epidemiologists at the Swedish Public Health Agency explained the suspension of the Moderna vaccine followed the detection of signals of an increased risk of side effects such as myocarditis and pericarditis. So we look to the United States where this particular product is manufactured and we say, all right, well, let's see what the FDA says. FDA delays decision on Moderna's COVID vaccine in 12 to 17 age group because of myocarditis concerns. Okay, and that is via the Wall Street Journal. Yet we come back here to Australia and we see the Therapeutic Goods Administration. Okay, I don't know what they do all day. I think they sit around pretending that they are reviewing certain drugs for provisional approval. TGA approval of Moderna COVID-19 vaccine to include 12 to 17 years age group. And now we see these Moderna hubs being rolled out in schools. There's a reason why this particular injection is being suspended in various countries around the world, okay? And there's a reason why the FDA was forced to suspend the approval. So we have a look over here. What do we have here? We have the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. I conducted a search specifically for young people, searching specifically for adverse events in the Moderna injection, and it received just under 6,000 total results. Again, mcjreport.com. You can go and put your email address in. I'll send it out to you. There are reports in here of little babies less than 1 year old. 1 year old. Why were they ever injected in the first place? You can spend all day reading through these horrible adverse reactions. All in the meanwhile, our government is ignoring it. That's right. We did a segment the other day on the infection fatality rate for young people, children, when it comes to COVID-19. And we found figures such as 0.002%. That's right. And perhaps even those deaths are questionable. It's been common knowledge for a long time. The information is out there, published by the likes of nature.com, highly esteemed online journal, pubmed.gov. The list goes on and on and on. Yet the government wants to convince everybody that children are at risk, therefore they all need to be injected. I mean, we are absolutely at the forefront of something so twisted, so sick. We as Australians must band together. And as I said, if you're a parent, keep your children away from the government right now. We need to change this government. The people that work behind the walls of work within the walls of our parliaments, they don't care for you. They care about their careers. They care about towing the party line. They care about their endorsement come next election. They will trade away your freedom, your safety, your dignity, and the dignity of your children in exchange for a lousy paycheck. And that indeed is most definitely a huge problem that we are facing in our country, and we must stamp it out.